The men's five-a-side medal matches saw Spain and Argentina get proceedings underway. In the bronze medal clash, Jose Luis Tejuelo had the first chance. Argentina were then handed an opportunity to take the lead, but Silvio Velo missed his penalty, and the same player saw his second spot kick saved soon after. Goalless at full time, the match moved into a penalty shootout. Up stepped Antonio Gaitan to score from his first attempt. Lucas Rodriguez missed for the Albicelestes, and Marcelo Carrasco had a chance to put Spain further ahead but failed to take his chance, as did Velo at the other end. Luis Tejuelo missed again for the Spanish, and it all came down to Argentina's final spot kick. Substitute Angel Deldo thwarted. Cue wild celebration for Spain, who claimed the bronze medal. Attention then turned to the gold medal showpiece as France met Brazil. Frédéric Villeroy was off target for Les Bleus early on. Ricardo Steinmetz Alves then saw his attempt repelled at the other end for Brazil. In a seesaw battle, Villeroy was again thwarted as France pushed for an opener. But when the deadlock was finally broken, it was Brazil celebrating, Severino da Silva slotting home his penalty. In an enthralling battle, France had a spot kick themselves. David Lebar wasted the opportunity. Les Bleus pressed for an equaliser in the second half. Villeroy again unlucky, and things could have got worse for the French soon after. Still, the one-way traffic continued. Jefferson Goncalves testing the French backline. And the same player was heavily involved in his country's second, courtesy of a deflection. As the clock ticked down, France had a late chance to get back into the match, but Villeroy wasted his penalty. Brazil holding on for the win and claiming the gold medal. Cue jubilant scenes at the final whistle as Brazilian players and fans celebrating alike. So Brazil holding on for the gold, France settling for the silver, and Spain claimed the bronze. The motor racing circuit at Brands Hatch was the venue for the Paralympic road cycling. The final day of racing began with the women's B individual road race. The B class includes athletes with a visual impairment who compete on a tandem bicycle with a sighted pilot in front. The favourites included Canada's Robbie Weldon, Catherine Gherkin of the Netherlands, who won gold in the time trial a few days earlier, and New Zealand's Philippa Gray, who'd already won 3 medals in London. The race was off with 13 riders and their pilots. Each lap around the Brands Hatch course and countryside was 8 kilometres in length. They would circle the course 10 times to complete the 80-kilometre race. For the first half of the race, the field of riders stuck together, with several taking turns out in front. At the 48-kilometre mark, the team from Canada and Spain broke away, putting distance between themselves and the others. The Canadian pair included Robbie Weldon, who had just celebrated her 37th birthday 2 days earlier, and her pilot, former Olympic cyclist Lynn Bissett, an all-round athlete. Weldon set world records in powerlifting while she was in college. She was also a skier at the 2010 Winter Paralympics in Vancouver. And like most athletes, Weldon was very superstitious. She would only mount her bike from the left side and never from the right. The other tandem consisted of 43-year-old Josefa Benitez Guzman of Spain and her pilot Maria Noriega. They'd been competing together for 2 years. The two tandems remained together until the final lap, when the Canadians took the lead and never looked back. They finished strong, as their final lap was one of the fastest. At the end, Weldon and Bissett powered their way across the finish line, well ahead of Benitez Guzman and Noriega. In the sprint for third place, the Netherlands' Catherine Gurken and her pilot claimed the bronze, just edging out 4 other pairings. Weldon's time was 2 hours, 8 minutes and 26 seconds, 33 seconds ahead of Benitez Guzman and 4.5 minutes ahead of the Dutch. Up next was the mixed T1 to T2 road race, with a mixed field of 19 men and women. Among the favourites, the defending champion David Stone of Great Britain, who won the gold in Beijing, and current world champ Giorgio Ferroni of Italy. The top woman in the field was time trial gold medalist Carol Cook of Australia. Each lap around the Brands Hatch course was 8 kilometres in length. The riders needed to complete 3 full laps for a total distance of 24 kilometres. The T1 and T2 classification includes athletes with an impairment that affects their balance, and so they compete using a tricycle. It wasn't long before a group of 3, including 2 of the favourites, jumped out in front. 54-year-old German rider Hans-Peter Durst of Germany set the pace, with the 35-year-old Italian rider Ferroni and the 31-year-old British rider Stone alongside. After 1 lap, they led the field by 45 seconds. But then the German rider Durst unexpectedly pulled off the course and into the pits. Ferroni and Stone increased their lead to 3 minutes ahead of the field. 4 years earlier in Beijing, these two had battled it out for the gold, with Stone coming out on top. The battle for third further back was a 3-man race shaping up for the bronze medal. The trio included David Vondrakec of the Czech Republic, Gerhard Viljoen of South Africa, and the former Navy officer Stephen Peace of the United States. Back to the leaders, where Stone overtook Ferroni to move out in front on the final lap, with the British fans cheering him on. Stone crossed the line to finish in first place, 7 seconds ahead of his Italian rival. Three minutes later, the battle for the bronze was won by the Czech rider Vondrakec, who crossed the finish line 3 seconds ahead of the South African Viljoen. Stone successfully defended his title with a time of 45 minutes and 17 seconds. Ferroni took the silver, with Vondrakec claiming the bronze.
The last session of Boccia at the XL Arena was a thrilling finale with gold medal matches in the mixed individual classes. Boccia provides a true test of an athlete's technique, nerve and ability to perform under pressure. Players win points for getting their balls closest to the white ball, known as the jack. Pattaya Thatdong was part of Thailand's mixed team BC 1 and 2 quartet that won gold earlier in the Games. And here he is playing for the top spot in the individual against Britain's David Smith. And he was in stunning form again. He raced away with it, scoring in every end, eventually triumphing 7-0 to win the gold medal for Thailand. And this is what it meant to him. So it was a very happy gold medal for Thailand, silver for Great Britain and bronze to Norway. The world number 2, Yanxi Chang of China, was looking to go one better than the silver medal he won in the mixed team when he faced Brazil's Maciel Sousa Santos in the BC 2 class. But from the outset, it was the Brazilian who looked the most comfortable. He scored highly in nearly every end, and Santos celebrated an 8-0 win for Brazil's third Boccia medal of the Games. So the gold went to Brazil, silver to China, and South Korea won the bronze. This was a very exciting match between the two South Koreans, Wan Zhong against Yijin Choi. In pre-match interviews, this was billed as a battle of the sexes. Jeong would have been considered the favourite, as he's the world and Korean number 1, and it all came down to the last end. It was a terrific 2 from Choi that sealed the gold, making a total of 3 medals for South Korea in one day, and this one was for the women. And so a successful classification for South Korea, gold and silver, and bronze for Portugal. China and Brazil squared up in the BC 4 final, and it was the closest match of all the finals. Jose Dirsu Pinto, hoping to add to his gold from the mixed team, made a steady start. Then Yuan Sen Zheng pulled it back in the last end, so the match went to a tiebreak. And for the second time today, Brazil triumphed over China to win their 4th Boccia medal of these Games, Pinto's 2nd gold. So gold to Brazil, China with the silver, and Brazil won another bronze.
World number 1 seed David Wagner faced up against number 2 seed Noam Gashoni in the wheelchair tennis quad singles gold medal match. Wagner was looking to add gold to his haul of Olympic medals, which included silver in Athens and bronze in Beijing. After giving away a break of serve through a double fault, Gashoni soon got in the swing of things with a break of his own and went on to largely dominate in the first set. It ended 6-3 in favour of the Israeli. Wagner was clearly struggling, and it wasn't long until Gashoni reached his first match point. He approached it as confidently as he had the whole match and won gold in a set that lasted just 22 minutes. The final result, 2 sets to love, 3-6, 1-6. World number 1 seeds Marjolaine Buys and Esther Vergeer matched up against number 2 seeds Jiske Griffioen and Annick van Koot in an all-Dutch women's doubles gold medal match. Buys and Vergeer started the match superbly with an early break of serve and immediately put pressure on their opponents. The rallies were free-flowing, with both sides playing excellent tennis. However, it was Buys and Vergeer coming out on top in these hard-fought games. They took the first set 6-1. Griffioen and van Koot staged a mini comeback in the second, but it was to be short-lived. Buys and Vergeer soon regained control of the match, taking it to 4-2. It wasn't long before they lined up 3 gold medal points, and although Griffioen and van Koot fought hard, they could not stop their opponents from taking gold. The final score for the match, 2 sets to love, 6-1, 6-3. Vergeer's win in the doubles makes it 7 gold medals since her first appearance at Sydney in 2000. The French #1 seed Stéphane Houdet went up against Shingo Kunieda of Japan in the men's singles gold medal match. Kunieda, the winner of gold at Beijing, got off to a great start and managed to go 4-1 up in the first set. Houdet, however, was no pushover and put up a strong fight through the use of his powerful forehand smashes. It wasn't until Kunieda's 5th set point that he managed to secure the first set and give him a vital lead in the match. As the second set began, Kunieda managed to continue his rhythm and capitalise on the break point earned in the first game. Kunieda then continued his dominance to take the set 6-2 and win the match, claiming the gold medal. Final score, 2 sets to love, 6-4, 6-2.
Egypt came into the tournament as world #3 but underperformed and found themselves contesting a 5th and 6th place encounter with Brazil. But it was an entertaining match. The Brazilians led 1-0 and 2-1. But Egypt fought back both times to send the encounter into a 5th and deciding set. Then, for a 3rd and decisive time, Brazil got their noses in front. And claimed the final set by 15 points to 13 to grab 5th spot and leave the Egyptians a disappointing 6th. The bronze medal match was an all-European battle featuring Germany and Russia. The Germans have been one of the surprise packages of the tournament, reaching the semi-finals with a world ranking of just 8. And it was to be a really close-fought affair. The Russians, ranked 4th, started strongly, winning the opening set by 25 points to 20. But Germany fought back to level the match. Again, the Russians took the lead at 2-1, but these Germans are gritty campaigners and fought back once again to win the 4th set and send the match into a decider. And a fantastic encounter had one final twist as Germany won the last set 16-14 to spark scenes of euphoria as they claimed a thoroughly hard-fought win and a well-deserved bronze medal. And so to the final. For the 4th Paralympics in a row, the showpiece featured Iran and Bosnia-Herzegovina. The Iranians seeking a 6th title, while Bosnia hoped to add to the gold they took by beating today's opponents in Athens 8 years ago. It had finished 3-1 to Iran in the pool match earlier in the competition, and they took the early advantage here, winning the opening set 25-19. But Bosnia reacted strongly to raise hopes of a repeat of 2004 by taking the second set 25-21 to level things up. And their optimism reached even greater heights as they also claimed the 3rd set in a tense 25-22 scrap for a 2-1 overall lead. Their joy was then complete as they ran out convincing 25-15 winners in the 4th for a 3-1 triumph which stunned the favourites. Six of the survivors from Bosnia's last Paralympic success were on hand to claim their 2nd gold medals, while Iranian captain Jalil Emeri collected a 2nd silver to go with his 3 golds. It was a fantastic match to end a fantastic competition, but Bosnia ruled the world in sitting volleyball.
Sweden and France were looking for a consolation victory in the wheelchair rugby, both having failed to make the semi-finals. For France in blue, this was very much a learning experience, having only started playing the game 4 years ago. They started well enough here, and in Riyad Salim they had an outstanding player, as well as a brave one. He was to score 23 goals, a remarkable return considering he dislocated his shoulder during this game. He insisted on carrying on playing. Sweden had the greater all-round strength. France tired near the end when they fell behind on the scoreboard. Final score: Sweden 58, France 48. Australia went into their clash with Japan as favourites to reach the final of the wheelchair rugby. The Australians in yellow had won every quarter in all their matches in the tournament. That record was to stay intact here as Japan joined other teams in failing to stop Riley Batt. He scored 27 goals in this game, winning a personal scoring duel with Japan's danger man Daisuke Ikazaki. Japan's number 7 emerged with great credit with 24 goals, but he was powerless to stop Australia from clinching their place in the gold medal match. Final score: Australia 59, Japan 45. The United States and Canada were looking for a place in the final of the wheelchair rugby. The USA in white, the Paralympic champions, but there was to be no repeat this time. For them, it was to prove an agonising finish. They trailed at the end of the first quarter before staging a recovery. The scores were level with seconds remaining when Garrett Hickling scored the winning goal. He even had the confidence to waste time, so there'd be no way back for the USA. For Hickling, a magical moment in his 5th Paralympics. Australia, Canada's opponents in the final. Final score: the USA 49, Canada 50. Belgium's match with France was to decide 7th and 8th places in the wheelchair rugby. Belgium in red were to win this one. The talented Lars Mertens, wearing number 8, helped steer Belgium into the lead before half-time. France again relied heavily on the scoring instincts of their number 9, Riyad Salem. In truth, Belgium were always in control, but had a late scare as France fought back. Final score: Belgium 54, France 50. Poland and Turkey met to decide 7th and 8th places. Turkey in red took the honours, although they had expected to go much further in the wheelchair basketball tournament. Poland led narrowly at half-time, with number 5 Maciej Filipski their star man. This one of his 28 points. The story of the match was a dramatic finish in which Poland threw away a 7-point lead with barely a minute left. Ozgur Gerbelak found the basket to put his side in front with seconds remaining. Poland had a chance to force overtime, but Filipski, for once, was off target, much to Turkey's relief. Final score: Poland 74, Turkey 76. The playoff for 5th and 6th place is between Germany and Spain. Germany's women's team had won gold, but this tournament wasn't to prove as successful for the men, here in white. This just wasn't a good day for them. For Spain, the task was to prevent Dirk Pasiwan from asserting his authority on the match, and that's what they succeeded in doing. He managed just 4 points. The game was controlled by Diego de Paz Pazo with 17 points and 9 rebounds. This was his final international appearance, and what a way to bow out after a career spanning 23 years. Final score: Germany 48, Spain 67. The bronze medal was at stake when the USA met Great Britain in men's wheelchair basketball. Britain in blue had finished 3rd at the last 2 Paralympic Games, but this time they were to miss out on a place on the podium. The USA raced into an early lead. Number 11, Steven Serio, led their challenge with 20 points. Britain tried hard to force their way back into the match and did draw level towards the end of the 3rd quarter. The USA responded by surging ahead, and this time their opponents couldn't pull it back. It was comfortable in the end for the United States as they claimed a well-earned bronze medal. Final score, the United States 61, Great Britain 46.
Final day of competition at the Aquatic Centre, and the crowds have really crammed in throughout the week, but particularly here now. Great excitement for the men's 100 metres breaststroke, the SB9 category, and the world champion in 2010 is in this one. He hasn't actually had a gold medal success in the pool so far, but the 23-year-old from Russia, Pavel Poltavtsev, is really coming home well. Look at this. Strong stroke. He gets to the wall. It's a new world record, 1:04.02, and that is a really, really impressive performance by the Russian Poltavtsev. In second place, Kevin Paul, and Lin Furong from China was third. Second race is the women's 100 metres breaststroke, the SB9 category. 2 lengths of the pool. Record holder in the world for this one is Jessica Sloan of Canada. That's the target, 1:16.93. They come to the wall at the turn, and in fact it's Timofeyeva who comes in the lead, but just look at the way that Yurchenko is coming back, and that is a very, very impressive European record, 1:17.81. In second place was Sophie Pascoe of Christchurch, New Zealand, and Harriet Lee from Great Britain was in third. The men's 100 metres freestyle, S6 class, again 2 lengths of the pool. And the guy from China, Zhu Jing, he's in lane 8 at the moment. Just look at him go. He obviously held something back in the qualifiers. He has got 3 golds already in London, and just look at him. He is whirlwind there. That right arm just powers him to the wall. And that's 4 events, 4 gold medals, 3 of which are world records. So Ching, the gold medalist, even off in silver. Perez Escalona in bronze. The women's 100 metres freestyle, S6 category. And the home crowd will be supporting Ellie Simmons in lane 5 from Great Britain. Victoria Arlen from USA has really turned very, very nicely in 35.64, and she is coming to the wall here. It's a new world record. That's very, very impressive. Victoria Arlen from the USA, a new world record, and she is absolutely delighted with that one. It's Arlen from Simmons from Gruppe. The men's 100 metres breaststroke, SB12 category, 2 lengths of the pool. And the world record holder is Varaksa, Maxim Varaksa from Ukraine. And he's showing well at the moment in lane 3. But also showing very, very well is Osato of Belarus in 4. In 5, just nearest us is Zimin. And Zimin is going to be challenging Osato. And it looks like Zimin has made it. He has. The Russian Mikhail Zimin comes home in a new world record time, 1:07.05. That's superb swimming from the Russian. Zimin from Osato from Varaksa. Now the women's 100 metres breaststroke, SB12 category. Pelandritou, Carolina Pelandritou of Cyprus is in this one. She is the world record holder from Beijing. And coming out very strongly at the moment is Pronina in 5. Pelandritou in 4. They are really working hard down this final length at the moment, and just look at them go. Pronina is going to make it. She has. Natalie Pronina has made it in yet another world record time, 1:16.17. That's the first time she's won a gold in the competition. 4 silvers in London. Now she's got the gold. It's Pronina Pelandritou from Matlow. The men's 100 metres freestyle, S5 category. And there's a guy in this one. He's called Daniel Diaz. He's in lane 4. He's got 5 gold medals already. You'd probably pick him out there. He's in the lead. He's used to that. 4 golds in Beijing. He's now got 6 in London. Superb, the mechanical engineer. No hands or feet, but he finds huge power throughout his body. Daniel Diaz, 6 golds. Roy Perkins was in second. Sebastian Rodriguez was in third place. The women's 100 metres freestyle, S5 category. And the Spanish girl, 36-year-old Teresa Perales. She's been the bridesmaid here in London. 3 silvers, 2 bronzes. But just look at her go at the moment. She is absolutely flying down this final length. She will make the gold this time. Former karate player prior to her swimming career. And she has won the gold in a time of 1:18.55. And just look at the tears flow. Marvellous achievement. Perales Prologeva from Pesaro. The men's 100 metres breaststroke SB13 class for the visually impaired. And Fedina from Ukraine has won 3 golds in Beijing. He's only won 1 bronze here in London so far, but he is the world record holder. And he is spearheading the others to the wall here. Alexei Fedina, he is going to make the gold medal. It's a new Paralympic Games record, 1:04.30. And he beats Debovoy into silver and Salai into bronze. The women's 100 metres breaststroke SB13 class. In this one from Australia, we've got a former skier. She was in the New South Wales disability ski team. She had 5 silvers in Beijing. She's got a bronze here in London, but already we see Australia's Prue Watt turn in 36.58, and she's coming to the wall, and this will be her first gold ever at an Olympic Games, and she will be celebrating that brilliant time, 1:19.19. It's a new Oceania record. Watt the gold, Krauso the silver, Boccia the bronze. The men's 200 metres individual medley SM11 class, 4 lengths of the pool, and in this one we've got a couple of Ukrainians, Smirnov and Mashenko, who will be challenging Yang Bozun. Yang Bozun is really a most extraordinary individual. He plays the guitar and the piano and the violin. He composes music himself. He is an amazing character. The world record for this is John Morgan at the moment, but just look at Yang Bozun coming home, and he makes it there brilliantly. It is a new world record, 2:22.40. Smirnov is in second, Mashenko in third. We've just witnessed the breaking of a 20-year record. Yang Bozun, China, a world record. Smirnov, a European record. Mashenko in bronze. The women's 200 metres individual medley, SM11 class, that's for the visually impaired. It's 4 lengths of this swimming pool. And we have Daniel Schulte, who is in lane 4 and the world record holder at the moment. She is really fighting against Mary Fisher, who's got the lead here. The split times we see at 100, 1:18.98, she's in the lead. And just look at them go, both of them absolutely fighting desperately here for the gold medal. And at 1:50 change, it's 2:08.95. And coming home in a world record time, 2:46.91, is Mary Fisher of New Zealand. Very, very impressive. Daniela Schulte is in second place, and in third place, Amber Thomas. But the girl from the Capital Swim Club in Wellington will be delighted with that performance. She's got, at last, a gold medal at the London Olympic Games. The men's 200 metres freestyle S4 category. It's 4 lengths of the swimming pool. And we look out particularly for Richard Orib, who's the world record holder in lane 6. He'll be closest to us. David Smetana from France, he's in 5. But at the moment, just look at in lane 4, Gustavo Sanchez-Martinez is absolutely powering in there, and he will celebrate an American record of 2:58.09. That's 2 gold medals in London for Sanchez-Martinez. Smetana gets the silver, and Richard Orib of Spain gets the bronze. The men's 50 metres backstroke for the S3 category, 1 length of the pool. And in fact, the boy in lane 4, fastest in qualifying, is the Korean Min Byung-yeon. But just look at him. He's using the lane rope to guide him down, but he's got to the wall. Absolutely superb. 42.51 was his time, and that is just outside his own world record. But the boy from Seoul has got gold. In second place, Vino Raditz, and in third, Du Jianping of China. Final event of the London Paralympic Games 2012 is the men's 4x100 metres medley. And we've got 4 fantastic teams fighting it out here. We've got Russia in the lead at the moment with Denis Tarasov. We've got China with Wang Yinin, and also Matthew Levy, who has got many gold medals as well. The Russians are still in the lead. Denis Tarasov pushing hard, but just look at this. Couple of meters to go, and it's the Chinese who cakes over. Wang Yinin has won this one in a world record time, 4:09.04. That was quite superb. China have had an amazing series here at the Paralympics in 2012. They have won it with 24 golds altogether. China have won this race. Russia was second, Australia third.
There were still plenty of medals to be won in the final session of athletics competition in the Olympic Stadium. In the final of the women's 100 metres T54 classification, the fastest qualifier from the heats was Liu Wenjun of China in lane 4. Tatiana McFadden of the United States in lane 5 was aiming for her 4th gold medal at these games, but Liu made the stronger start and it became a race between her and fellow Chinese athlete Dong Hongjiao. Both Liu and Dong broke the existing world record, Liu finishing first in 15.82 seconds. Dong recording a time of 15.86, McFadden took the bronze. In the final of the women's 100 metres T36 classification, Elena Ivanova of Russia was aiming for her 3rd gold medal in London. She was in lane 5 and made the best start. Jeon Min-jae of South Korea finished in 2nd place. And Claudia Nikolaitsig of Germany came in 3rd. Ivanova's winning time, 14.44 seconds. Jeon in 2nd, 14.70, and Nikolaitsig taking the bronze medal. The final of the men's 100 metres T37 class featured the world record holder Fanny van der Merwe of South Africa in lane 4. He'd equalled his world record in round 1 and he lost one of his main rivals, Omar Monterola of Venezuela, before the start. He was disqualified for a false start. When the race began, van der Merwe was behind Liang Longbin of China and Roman Kapranov of Russia, but watch this finish. Van der Merwe diving for the line, and that bravery earned him the victory. Liang was judged to be 2nd, but the athletes were given the same time, 11.51 seconds. That was a new world record. The bronze medal went to Kapranov in a European record time. The final of the men's 100 metres T11 classification was expected to be close. There were only 5/100ths of a second between the fastest 3 qualifiers in the heats. World record holder Lucas Prado of Brazil was in lane 6. He made the best start, but Zhu Lai of China was stronger over the last 20 metres. Zhu won the gold medal in 11.17 seconds, with Prado 2nd and Felipe Gomez of Brazil 3rd in 11.27. The favourite for the gold medal in the men's 100 metres T34 classification was Walid Khatila of Tunisia. He'd set a new Paralympic record of 15.95 seconds in round 1. That was nearly half a second faster than anyone else in the field. Sébastien Mowbray of France made the best start, but Khatila came through to finish strongly, lowering that Paralympic record once again with a time of 15.91 seconds. 15-year-old Reid McCracken of Australia was 2nd in 16.30. The bronze medal went to Mohamed Hamadi of the United Arab Emirates. The final of the women's 400 metres T46 classification saw Eunice Castillo of Cuba aiming for her 3rd gold medal of the Games. She'd already won the 100 and 200 metres, just as she did in Beijing, but this was the first time she'd tried to move up to 400 at this level of competition. With 100 metres to go, Castillo only had 2 challengers left, and Runa Liebenberg of South Africa and Alicia Fyodorov of Poland. But Castillo's biggest rival was the clock and the world record of 55.99 seconds. She lowered that. It had stood for 8 years. Castillo's winning time, 55.72 seconds. Liebenberg set a new personal best of 56.65 in 2nd place, and Fyodorov of Poland also ran faster than ever before, 58.48. In the semi-finals of the men's 200 metres T12 category, only 0.3 of a second separated the 4 qualifiers. Fedor Trikolic of Russia was trying to win his 3rd gold medal of these games in the final after winning the 100 metres and the 4x100 relay. But he was up against Maciusz Michalski of Poland, who'd finished 2nd to Trikolic in the 100 metres. And this time, it was Michalski's turn to take the glory. He sets a new world record in the process. Michalski's time, 21.56 seconds, more than 0.2 faster than the previous best, which had stood for 8 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Paralympic medalists.
China were the team to beat in the final of the men's 4x400 metres relay, T53 and T54 class. They included the T54 400 metres champion Zhang Lixin and the bronze medalist Liu Chengming in their team for the final. China dominated the race. They led from start to finish, and Zhang on the last leg was the outstanding performer. He didn't ease off at all on the final lap, and that effort was rewarded because China set a new world record. 3 minutes and 5.46, 0.2 of a second faster than the previous mark.
Girls, your Paralympic champions.
And in the final of the men's 800 metres T46 classification, Samir Nwiwa of Algeria was the man to beat. He was the only man in the field who'd ever run under 1 minute 54. And coming off the final bend, he was out in front. But Günther Matzinger of Austria, the 400 metres champion in this class, used his sprint speed to power through. Matzinger even lowered the world record by half a second. His winning time, 1 minute 51.82 seconds. The silver medal went to Nwiwa and bronze to Hermas Mvunyi. In the final of the women's shot put F40 class, Najat El Garrar of Morocco set a personal best in the final round. This put 8 metres 62, earned her the bronze medal. The silver medal went to Meng Gengjimisu from China. She set an Asian record in round 2. That was 9 metres and 13 centimetres. But the world record for the class was also broken in round 2 by Rua Talili of Tunisia. Talili was the world record holder, and she extended it to 9 metres 86, adding 13 centimetres to the previous mark. In the final of the men's high jump F46 class, the bronze medal went to China's Chen Hongji. He set a new Paralympic record for the F46 classification with his highest jump, 2 metres and 1 centimetre. The silver and gold medals went to competitors from the F44 class. Jeff Skiba of the United States had his biggest jump at 2 metres and 4. And there was a new world record set for the F44 class as Maciek Lepiato of Poland turned in a gold medal winning performance. 2 metres and 12 was the highest height he cleared. Lepiato taking the gold medal. In the men's javelin F54, F55 and F56 class, the gold medal went to Luis Alberto Zepeda Felix of Mexico. And in the final of the women's shot put F57 and F58 class, the gold medal went to Angeles Ortiz Hernandez of Mexico.
Final day of competition at the XL Arena, and we've got the prize presentation for China, Turkey and Poland here. They make up the tableau of class 6 to 10. The gold medal match, it's class 4 and 5. It's Korea versus China. First match that we see is Tang Yan of China and Kim Yong-gun. And it looks like that's netted. It is, and that's a victory for the Korean. Very impressive there. And that is, in fact, 1-1 in matches. And this is the final points. Big one for China. Good, it's on the board, and it's a victory for China. They have won this by 3 matches to 1. The bronze medal match in class 4-5 was France versus Chinese Taipei, and it was the French with first blood there, and they celebrate. That was Émeric Martin that wins that one and really puts the pressure on. You see what the team think of that. They are really, really excited at the thought that they might just win a medal here. And again, it's the second one, and just look at that. France have in fact won it. That is a very impressive victory against Chinese Taipei. France win the bronze medal. Just look at it, what it means to them. So a European team has picked up a victory against an Asian team, which is no mean feat, let me tell you. That's a very good victory. France have got the bronze. It's Korea with the silver and China with the gold. The gold medal match in the women's 4-5 class is between Sweden and China. Here we have Alquist, Anna-Karin Alquist against Zhang Bian. She wins the first 2 games, but then the Chinese girl goes on to win the next 3. So it's 3-2, Zhang Bian. And now Zhang Bian playing against Lundbach has this one for the gold medal point. She's 11-2 up, and that backhand there into the corner, 11-3, 3-0, and that means it's a 3-0 victory over Sweden for the gold medal. The bronze medal match, women's team 4-5 class here, Korea versus Serbia. And in fact, the Koreans took the first 2 matches. So we're now joining the action in the third, and this is a really good rally. It's setting itself up. We're in game 4 of this third match, and Peric Jankovic, Borislava Peric Jankovic from Serbia, really competitive, keeping the backhand moving here. And it's at the moment 11-10. It's match point to the Serbian, and that's it. She's won the match there by 3-1, but that still means that Korea are in the lead by 2-1 overall. Match 4, it's Jung versus Matic, and Matic puts it down, so Jung has won the match for Korea. They have won the bronze medal by 3-1. So the victory ceremony for this category 4-5 class, China the gold, Sweden the silver, Korea the bronze. The final event is a gold medal match in class 9 and 10. It's China versus Poland. Patryk Czernowski of Poland. He actually wins the first match against Ma Lin by 3-2. And now China in the team event will be matched up with Ma Lin and Yang Ge against Paul Rosniak and Czernowski. And just look at the Chinese celebrate their win. They have won it by 3-2, and that is quite extraordinary. Over he goes, back he comes. It's gold medal. They've defended their championship title. China win the gold. And that's China, Poland in silver, and Spain in bronze.
In wheelchair fencing, the men's team event progressed towards a conclusion at the XL. In the semi-finals, #1 seeds Hong Kong faced France. Hong Kong's Chung had already won 3 Paralympic medals, but none of them gold, so was desperate for a win and another crack at a title. But in the Chinese team's way was a French trio led by Alim Latreche, who won a team gold in Athens in 2004. It was a tense and tight affair, and after 6 of the 9 bouts, Hong Kong were up by a single point thanks to this hit from Chan. But it was to be France's day, with Ludovic Lemoine giving them the win 45-41 and a chance to go for gold. So France progressed to the final, whilst Hong Kong found themselves in the battle for bronze with Italy, who were comfortably beaten in their semi-final by China. The Italians hadn't had a Paralympics to remember, with Matteo Betti's bronze in the épée their only medal, so were hoping to finish on a high. And it was Betty and Hong Kong's Wong who got the match underway, with Betty scoring the first hit and going on to win the opening bout 5-0. After 3 bouts, Italy had stretched their lead by another point after Macri clinched his bout against Chung to put his team 15 points to 9 ahead. #1 seeds Chung, Chan and Wong needed to provide a response, and over the next 3 contests did exactly that, putting themselves 30-27 up 2/3 of the way through the match and leaving Italy looking concerned. And Chan entered the final bout knowing that a win against Betty would secure bronze for Hong Kong, and with Wong and Chung looking on, he managed to score the crucial hit and ensure that he and his teammates finished on the podium. Chung now has 4 Paralympic medals to his name, with the first coming in Sydney in 2000. Chan picked up his second of this Games and a sweet moment for Wong, who won his first ever Paralympic medal.